Hi, Ruth. Gee, it's good to see you. How have you been? Ruthie, doesn't the best man get a chance to kiss the bride? Hey, wait a minute. The wedding's 3 weeks away. I can wait 3 weeks.
Chuck, there may not be a wedding.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. There may not be a wedding.
Come on, honey. Let's go inside and talk about it. Now, what's all this about no wedding?
I don't think you've seen this before. Floyd, Tommy's father, was taken the day before he left for Korea. Tommy keeps this in his room. He's made a shrine out of it.
Well, it's been almost 7 years since he was declared missing in action. And in 3 weeks, the legal waiting period will be over. You'll be free to marry George.
That's what I thought. Until this morning, when I got this in the mail.
Okay, come on, sit down. Mrs. Sandler, be at the Drift Inn in Marble Beach this afternoon at 1 o'clock. I want to talk to you about your wedding and your dead husband, Lloyd. You don't know me, but I know you. Be sure to come alone. And it's unsigned. What does George say about it?
I haven't told him.
Why not?
I'm just not ready yet. I'm afraid to go to Marble Beach alone. You fellows fly me up there and... Well, I'd like you by just in case.
Ruth, you don't want to go up there.
Please, as a special favor to me. Please. That Lloyd and I really knew about each other. We met in a USO canteen in Los Angeles on a Monday. We were married on Wednesday. He left for Korea a week later. He had no family. All I knew, he came from someplace in the East. And he never knew about Tommy. My letter telling him was sent the day before I got notice that he was missing in action. The telegram from the War Department was the last I ever heard about Lloyd. Until that letter came this morning.
Well, it could have been a crank letter.
No, it's more than that. It came with a letter. That's the one thing I did know about Lloyd. He called it his good luck charm. He never took it off. He was wearing it when he was killed in Korea.
Well, it's 1:45. Still not too late to change your mind.
I've got to find out. I've got to do it myself.
And you don't want to call the police, huh?
No, I have to find out in my own way.
All right. Don't worry, Ruth. If you need us, we'll be nearby. Couple of coffees. Light, Mrs. Sandler.
Who are you?
Oh, that's not important.
You're the one who wrote the letter.
Otherwise, would I be here?
Where did you get Lloyd's ring?
We're old friends.
He wouldn't give it to anybody. I know what it meant to him.
It seems, Mrs. Sandler, I know much more about Lloyd than you do.
What do you want?
It's more a question of what you want. You want to marry this George Shelby you're engaged to? If that's what you want, it's all very simple. You've got 3 weeks to go. Then Lloyd will be declared legally dead. So for $5,000, he'll be legally dead. Meet me back here at 8 o'clock tonight with the money. And if you don't, I can arrange it so Lloyd shows up in less than 3 weeks. Alive.
Wait.
Sure. I'll wait. Until 8 o'clock tonight. What happened, Ruth?
He said Lloyd was alive.
Alive? I'll see which way he's heading.
It's $5,000. Or he'll arrange for Lloyd to turn up.
Give me the photograph of Lloyd. Hurry. And the ring. You stay here till we get back. He's headed north in a gray four-door sedan. I got the plate number. Come on. Up ahead. Same color and make. How about the plate number? And the same plate number. All right, we'll just lay back and see where he leads us. Yeah, what can I do for you? All right, who are you? Never mind who we are. Who are you? Now, look, you better get out of here fast or I'll call the police. Why don't you go right ahead and call Now, assault with a deadly weapon is worth at least 5 years. I was trying to protect myself. You came busting in here. How do I know who you are, what you're after? The truth. We're friends of Ruth Sandler. Never heard of her. What about this? Blackmail added to attempted murder means a lot more than 5 years. I don't know what you're talking about. Come on, let's not waste time. We saw you talking to Mrs. Sandler in the Drifting Cafe. She told us you wanted $5,000, blackmail. All right. I was doing her a favor. I don't call that blackmail. You don't call that blackmail, using a dead man's ring? Showing up just 3 weeks before the legal waiting period is over and threatening a woman's future? Telling her that her husband who was killed in Korea is really alive? What do you call it? Like I told Mrs. Sandler, either she comes up with a $5,000 or her dead husband shows up and the wedding's off. You're in no position to bluff. I'm not bluffing. That's his ring, isn't it? This doesn't prove he's alive. Does this?
Seeing is believing.
Where have you been all this time?
India, Japan, Southeast Asia. Anywhere business took me. Being assumed dead was very convenient.
And why have you shown up here now? Well, that's a silly question.
All right, Steve, I'll handle this myself.
That's mine, remember?
Saw you land on the beach out back. Whirlybirds copter service, huh?
Yeah, but we're not here to talk about us.
Ruth.
That's right.
I heard everything you had to say about her.
And it meant nothing to you?
Why should it? She's your wife. She'll be happier with this George Shelby I hear she's going to marry. I also hear she's been waiting on tenterhooks for me to be declared legally dead. Well, she's in the home stretch now. All it'll cost her is $5,000.
Lloyd, she doesn't have that kind of money.
I understand this George Shelby has.
Look, why don't you leave him alone?
I got nothing against her. Or him. It's strictly a business proposition. And she's nothing to me. Only knew her 1 week out of my whole life. She was a nice, sweet girl, but
Still is.
All right, but I gotta look after myself. If she'd sent me one of those Dear John letters, I wouldn't have been hurt or surprised.
She did send you a letter, you know. A very important letter, one you apparently never got.
What do you mean, very important?
About the boy.
What are you talking about? What boy?
Your son. He was born 6 months after you were listed as missing in action.
Son?
His name's Tommy. He's a real fine lad.
Now, don't give me that stuff.
He thinks you're great stuff.
Don't you start with that stuff.
Look, he keeps your picture in his room.
Now, look.
He thinks you're a hero, a war hero, something to be proud of.
It won't work. I'm too smart to fall for something like that. I know what you're up to. You figured I'd fall for this yarn about there being a... No yarn. Well, I won't lay off. It won't work. Nothing doing. You get back in your copter and you go back and tell Ruth. The price is still $5,000 if she wants to remarry. And if she doesn't show up with it here tonight, I'll show up at her place tomorrow. They weren't bluffing.
What's the big deal? You've got a son.
Why didn't you tell me about the boy?
Oh, come off it,
You
Lloyd.
did this for me purposely. You didn't want me to know about this kid because you were afraid I wouldn't go through with the deal.
Okay. I didn't want you going soft on me. I need that money even more than you do. The kid is our ace in the hole. His mother would pay anything to keep him from finding out what a hero his father really is.
Get out. I'll handle this myself from now on.
Now, you remember that kid is our ace in the hole.
I said, get out here.
All right, Lloyd. You handle it yourself. But remember, I'll be back here tonight at 9 on the dot to pick up my share. So you better have it. 9, and not a minute later. Whirlybirds, Chuck Martin. Who? Wait just a second. Lloyd Sandler. Okay, Sandler, what do you want?
I want to make an exchange.
What do you mean?
You can tell Ruth I'm leaving. She can keep the $5,000. Tell her it's a gift. Tommy's father. Now, I want you to do something for me.
Okay, Sandler, you name it.
My partner, my ex-partner, is wanted for armed robbery in Arizona. He's going under the name of Steve Evans. His real name is Steve Harris. You call the sheriff. Tell him he can pick up Harris at 214 Elm Street, apartment 7C. Now, you call the sheriff, and that makes everything even.
All right, I've got it. 214 Elm Street, apartment 7C. And Sandler, thank you.
Sheriff Green, please. P.T. Moore, tell him it's urgent.
Yes, this is the sheriff. Open the door, Harris, and come on out. We know you're in there. You've got exactly 3 seconds to come out, or we're coming in for you. Yeah?
Sandler, this is Chuck Martin.
What are you calling me for? It's all settled.
No, it isn't. The sheriff just called. Harris got away. They figure he might be out of the country by now.
No. No, he isn't. You call that sheriff right back and tell him he's still going to get Steve.
How?
By staking out this motel before 9 tonight. He's got less than an hour, so tell him to get going.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
You tell the sheriff he can add another charge to that armed robbery rap. Murder.
Well, what do you...
Source was right.
Well, it was before, wasn't it, Sheriff?
You don't know who made those calls to your office?
No, like we told you, just some guy. He phoned twice, but he wouldn't say who he was. cut him off before he gets to Malibu? There'll be traffic and people there. We don't have to. He's headed for a dead end. What about that man back at the motel?
Dead.
Oh, who was he?
I don't know. Weren't any papers on him. Identity unknown.